biggest thing as a robotics teacher is that anything I teach my students, by the time they can use it, will most likely be obsolete. The technology that I was working with 3 years ago, I don't work with anymore. And most people don't work with, because the technology changes so quickly. So any kid who graduates from high school having taken my robotics class is going to have to go to some sort of college in order to be an engineer or work in robotics. The most important thing that I can teach them is how to learn and how to problem solve. Because that's what they need. When I was an art major, it wasn't how to do things, it was why to do things, because how to do things changes. And I think we need to be teaching the kids why, and the why behind things, and the why to do things. Robotics was a hobby. I was an art major, and I wanted to make art that could interact with the world, and so I started doing robotics kind of on the side and for fun, and I really enjoyed it. And then I got to bring it into my classroom in Los Angeles, and then when I moved up here, it was like, well, why not bring it into the classroom here? And so it was just really nice that things kind of worked out the way they did so that I could do that. First Robotics is a really intense program in that there's no excuses, and there's no makeup, and you can't be late, and you can't, things have to get done when they're supposed to get done, and that's it. And I think kids take a real sense of responsibility away from it. The other thing is that it's all about cooperation, which is what they call it. So instead of competition or cooperation, it's cooperation, which is a weird word. But everybody there works to see everybody else succeed. So last year when we got there was a team that showed up, and they had no robot. They had 3 people on their team, and they knew nothing. And a couple of kids from our team went over and loaned them parts and loaned them time and got them up and running so that they could pass inspection and compete. And it was literally like 2 kids from our team went over and were like, hey, we're here to help you guys build a robot. And they were, I forget which school it was, but they called themselves the Bears, and they were just amazed that another team that was going to be competing against them would do that another team would just come over and help them do something. And that's what First Robotics is all about. It's not about the robot, it's about the kids learning how to work with other people. And I think they get that.